It's entertainment time here at the Hangout.
I'm just trying to bring a little culture to the group. It could totally use a friendly hangout. So,
That back in the day, baby.
it's the culture, Daryl. Good hangout.
Whatever.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Hangout Culture Podcast. We're so happy you're spending some time with us today. We have a hell of a show for you today. I'm James. To my left, we have the distinguished drinker of dark ale, my bussin' cousin, David Murrin. On the ones and twos, to my right, we have the 2025 Podcast Producer of the Year, the Toledo Torpedo.
Hey, thanks. Welcome back.
I wasn't done, but Floor Tom Crane.
You're done now.
Got cut off. All right, so we're very excited today because we have our very first guest.
Yes.
He is a veteran comedian, 2 decades in the game, has multiple specials on YouTube, is featured on Comedy Central and Hulu's Laughs. Also co-host on the wildly famous Alan Cox Show, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Bill Squire, everyone.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. We're very happy to have you. I've seen a lot of your stuff. I've seen you live in person at the Funny Stop, and
nice.
you're
Yeah.
hilarious.
Thank
so
you very much.
Honored.
I appreciate that a lot. It's a lot of fun to do, and I appreciate you. Yeah, whenever people come out, it's always a big deal. I'll plug something right off the bat too.
Plug it.
The 21st of February, I'm doing a show at Brothers Lounge, and it's gonna be like speakeasy themed. So like I want people to like dress up nice. Like,
Ooh, that's a different
like,
take on a
'cause
comedy show.
So Brothers Lounge is where I filmed my last special, and they have 3 different like performance spaces. So they have the concert hall, which is where I did my special. Then they have a front stage. They call they just call it front stage, and then they have this thing called Waltz Room, and Waltz Room is kind of like a speakeasy lounge. Yeah, you can pull it up here. Scroll down a little
The
bit.
Brothers Lounge, Detroit Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, that looks beautiful.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's a cool. Scroll down a little bit more, and
Nice.
go slower though.
Yeah, Tom, jeez. He did win Producer of the Year last year. I don't know how. It was rigged.
I was looking for text.
Go down a little bit more, because there's a picture of the room that we're going to be in.
Nice.
And it's a very cool like lounge with like like that old style like Great Gatsby looking
Yeah.
vibe to it. This is just where to park, which is important because
there it
that
is.
is important. Yeah. So and they got
nice.
that baby grand piano. So like we're gonna stand right where
Oh.
that big picture is in the middle, and then like fill it up with chairs. And we want everybody to dress up and wear like a suit if you're on a date with the lady wears a gown, stuff like that. You don't have to, but we're encouraging it because I think it'll be a different vibe and a little bit more fun. I got a guy playing piano. He's gonna set the mood like that.
Yeah.
And and I love the juxtaposition of that because the jokes are still gonna be the same dumb shit.
I was just gonna wonder.
Like, it's not like I'm
Yeah.
gonna go up there and be like pretend like I'm Dean Martin, like hey, I'm this classic guy. Like I'm gonna I'm still just be talking about my butthole and stuff.
Okay, I was gonna ask if you had any like jokes catered to that specific setting or
Yeah,
not.
not
But
really.
no, just
but
letting it
I
rip.
just think it'll be fun to dress up and have a good time. And
Yeah,
do
no,
things,
that's cool.
Do something a little different, a little like a theme type thing. So it's always it's a fun thing for people to come out and enjoy in a different way.
Yeah.
And it gives people, especially like this time of year when people they want to get out of the house because it's cold and they want to go out and do stuff. And like this is when like comedy is thriving in Ohio because as soon as it's nice out, people are like, "Oh, I'm outside. I'm not
Right.
I'm not sitting
You don't
in
want
a
to go
room."
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like having that event where you can get kind of gussied up. Maybe make this into your, if you don't like to go out on Valentine's Day, this is the week after Valentine's Day, so you can turn this into your Valentine's Day event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, very neat.
Yeah,
Cool.
So I'll have the tickets up. I don't think they're up yet on there, but they'll be up when this drops. So
Cool. Yeah, next
also
week.
Just get them at Brothers Lounge.
Yeah, we'll plug a link in the description.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I have a ton of questions
right.
based just in general on stand-up comic as an aspiring. Open micer with like
You don't have to aspire to be an open mic.
I
You just
know,
do it
but
once.
I get so nervous.
Yeah.
I'm even nervous right now.
Wait,
with
are
our
we
first
doing a
guest here.
beer or what?
Yeah, let's just get right into
Let's
it.
do the beer.
Yes. So
Bill's thirsty.
This week I was bringing the beer. I am featuring Distill Brewery, a Deadhead IPA, West Coast style to share with
What is the
everyone.
West Coast style? That sounds like it's got weed in it.
Fingers crossed.
Like,
Yeah.
It looks like it has weed in it from the can.
Yeah.
Like if you
Yeah,
good. The can, like
The can's sick. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the can was the main reason I bought it. I love the black can with
Yeah.
like this tropidelic.
but it
like-
doesn't have weed in it, right? 'Cause
No,
that
no,
will
it doesn't.
destroy me.
Yeah,
I
no.
can-
So the comparison between the West Coast and the East Coast, just they're mainly different hops. One of them comes out more of like a hazy, one of them comes out more of a clear, but they're both very hoppy.
All right.
So
all right. And you guys you're doing the tilted pour. I do
Yeah.
the
Oh, the straight up
I-
90-degree angle.
so this is there's a viral video about it, and it's like listen, it's gonna have a huge head on it for a bit, but
Oh, that is a
As
huge
it-
head.
yeah, but it's diffusing all the CO2 in it, so I won't be as burpy. And as
Okay.
a person that talks into a mic a lot, I need
Fair.
to not be so burpy.
Fair.
And also I get indigestion because I'm old. So anything to get rid of the CO2. So like I'll have to wait a few minutes. That's why I was like, let's get to this now because this is gonna take 5 minutes. To
The rest of the pod.
basically.
keep an eye on
But
Bill's beer.
we'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm gonna follow that technique because I'm still so new to the beer stuff that I think that's a good idea. I'm gonna.
He's gonna mute himself.
Tom, how do you get more and more of a southern accent the older you get?
Yeah.
Because I lived in Tennessee for like a month.
You do have that drawl, man. I always wanted to ask you where that came from. Like, that's not Akron.
I don't know because people make fun of me because I say Colorado instead of Colorado, or I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, I did live in Tennessee for a
You get
little
hit in the
bit, so
head
I
or
just
anything?
tell
Or are you like
people-
one of those people that got like a brain injury and they started talking Asian?
Oh man. Man, or like knowing multiple languages or figuring out
Yeah.
math solutions.
Yeah.
And that would
Yeah.
be sweet.
You got the southern accent. Autism.
Yeah.
It only comes out at the end of the sentence.
I think it's me still trying to reference Jeff Foxworthy from one of our first episodes.
It just stuck.
Did
It's
you
like
hit
did someone slap you on the back? It's like when you're a kid, and they're like, if you make a face and someone slaps you on the back, it freezes that way.
Or your eyes are gonna be stuck that way.
All that lore seems to have gone away for kids. I don't think they have that kind of.
No, they have other
nonsense anymore.
trauma.
Yeah, they have other. Yeah,
It's just you're gonna be dumb from Chat GPT.
yeah.
Right.
Or when you see your mom's OnlyFans. that
No,
face
go on.
it sticks on you. Yeah.
You see your mom's OnlyFans, and that face gets stuck.
Welcome to 2026.
Oh, that's great.
Oh yeah.
Man. So I know that you and Tom go way back.
Yeah.
I know Tom wanted to bring up the first time he saw you. He saw one of your shows, which was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I love this because when I was telling my dad about you on, he's like, "Do you remember the time that we saw Bill together?" And it was super funny because it was total accident for him. He got some tickets for work, and I had seen that you were coming, and I was like, "Well, heck yeah!" I hadn't seen you in years.
Yeah.
I was like, I had seen some stuff on YouTube. I was like, "This is gonna be great." So me and my buddy, we get high as hell. We get so high because the venue is like 5 minutes from our house, and we get halfway there, and I see my dad calling, and he was also my boss at the time too. So I'm like, I can't ignore this even as much as I want to. And he goes, "Hey, just letting you know, I got a seat saved for you guys."
Dun dun dun.
And so I look at my buddy, I'm like, "Oh, we're in for it now," because my dad went on a mission, raised Mormon. We were all strict Mormon. And so I knew going into it that it was going to be uncomfortable. And my stepmom was loving it. She was laughing the whole time. My dad was just sitting there. And I'm like, he's going to know I'm high. Like, because I'm just laughing and laughing and laughing. So sorry, Dad.
That's so funny. I love that so much. I always love when a Mormon, like a still like active Mormon, comes to see me. Like I don't always bring up the Mormon stuff just because depending on how long the set I'm doing, and like sometimes it comes up and sometimes it doesn't, just depending on what I'm doing. But when I do bring it up and like there's like ex-Mormons is always fun, but when there's like current Mormons and they like hear the horror on their face when they hear like my Philippine story, like about like how I was banging girls in the Philippines, like getting excommunicated from the Mormon church, like it's a lot. They're like, whoa, that's a yeah. I'm like, yeah, they changed the rules because of me.
Oh, that's
This
great.
is good beer, by the way.
Yeah, it's very good.
This is pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I
We got another
enjoyed
one for
it.
you if you want.
Yeah, it's a good one. Good flavor on it.
Yeah, that's.
Um,
what is the ABV on this one?
Not low.
No,
It
doesn't taste-
I think it's
seem
like
low.
7 or something.
Oh, 7. All right, I can do 7.
7%.
Sometimes you get those 12 like those 9
Yeah.
and 12 ones, and you're like,
And they still taste like 7.
Yeah, and my problem is those are like some of my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoy the high
I mean,
ABV.
the thing about those is if you get 2 of them when you go out, you're good. Like, you're
Yeah.
pretty good.
Right.
It's a cost effective
Yeah, it
thing
is, it is.
to do.
Yeah.
I'm a cheap date on the regular beers. 2 regular beers is about enough, so I can get about 1 of these, and I'm good. I'm good.
We're going to build your tolerance on the show. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So I know that, like James said, he saw you live. Obviously, Tom knows you. The way that I actually know your name is from the Alan Cox Show.
Yeah.
I used to work in the trades. I was a roofer, and the Alan Cox Show was played every single day that it was on. And so I kind of got familiar with you as well as Pound Cake and obviously Alan Cox. But I was actually, before working in the trades, went to the Ohio Center for Broadcasting. And
right on.
one of my best friends was an intern. I'm curious to see if you remember him, Timmy.
Oh,
the
yeah,
intern.
Timmy the intern. That was because that was my first intern.
Really?
Yeah, like,
really?
that was like when I first got, like, there was one guy before him, but he was like at the end of his stay there. But then Timmy was like the first one that, like, I was there for his whole stay there. And Timmy was a good kid. He was like a goofball.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
that goofball to say the least.
He was
yeah.
a wild one. And then like one day, like we would like goof around and stuff, but one day he like hid my keys, and I was just like had a long day and like had to get home, and like I was like, where the fuck are my keys, man? This is not the day for this. And I'm like, I told him, like, I'm like, normally I'd be like, this is funny. Today I'm like, just give me my keys. Like, I'm having a bad day today. This is not the day for it. And he was cool about it though.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Timmy was cool.
He had nothing but great things to say about the show when he was interning
we
there.
had fun with him. Yeah, he was like, it was silly.
But that kind of like leads me to my question, and just I know that you're no longer a part of the show, and I was curious as to like what happened with that. Unfortunately, I moved on from roofing, and I stopped being an everyday listener.
So,
but I was curious.
So what happened was back in November of 2020, that was still 2024? Yeah. So November of 2024, I got a call Monday morning, right the day before the election. So it was a real cool week. Day before the election, get a call from my boss, and he's like, "Hey," and I know like that call, like just like from the moment he goes, "Hey," I'm like, well, "Okay, what's going on?" He's like, "Nationwide layoffs for iHeart. They're laying off 120 employees. This is not a performance thing. This is just they are trying to cut money where they can, and you and Mary are the ones that are expendable in this situation, and so you and Mary are no longer with the show immediately." So it was like a bummer because we didn't get to say goodbye or anything like that. And it's like, like, and there's people who are like, "Oh, it's because you sucked," blah blah. I'm like, no, it's because iHeart sucks at how they do money. Like that's like,
consolidating everything.
Yeah. So like how they do it, because the guy that is on there now, Rob, who's a cool guy, he's the program director for the station, and the way they do the contracts for the program directors is you can wear a lot of hats.
Right.
So they didn't have to pay him more to go and do that job.
Right.
So, and like I'm going on there tomorrow actually. So like, still have a good relationship with Alan. Still have a good relationship with Rob. Like, and even everybody in the build, like they liked me at iHeartMedia in Cleveland. Like WMS, like no hard feelings against them. It's just that's how radio goes. And with the current climate of just entertainment in general, everything is taking a dive.
Right.
So I was just one of those casualties of that. Yeah, it's not like like in a way, like I kind of wish I got fired in a cool way. Like I did something crazy, but they liked me. They wanted me. It's just they go, "Oh, we got to get rid of you because we're trying to save this amount of money, and you make this amount of money, so that's how much we're gonna cut." And I also have a theory as to why they had to make those kinds of cuts, because in 2024, leading up to that election, iHeart and all the other like radio, like the big radio companies were lobbying like crazy, spending so much money to every congressman, senator that they could to make sure they passed the law that made it so that in new car builds they still had to put AM on the radio dial, because they were starting to phase that out, and they go, "Oh no, we need to make sure we still make some money from that. We need to make sure that we can still have that revenue source because that's, the people that do listen to radio tend to be older.
Yeah.
So the AM radio still is, lucrative for them. Not like it used to be, but it's still, there's still big money there. So they spent a lot of money lobbying. And I think that's where they go, okay, well, we spent all this money to lobby, so we got to make these cuts here.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha. Yeah.
Not like a fun, cool story, but like that's how works.
Yeah. And I totally get that. I didn't follow along with it to know that
that's my theory, by the way. I don't know if that's exactly. I know the part of the layoffs is they laid off 120 people that day. I don't know for sure if it's directly related to that lobbying. That's just some mental math that I did to be like, that seems to make sense. That seems to track.
Yeah.
How long have you been in radio? Because I know Clear Channel, didn't Clear Channel like consolidate a lot of...
Well, Clear Channel, yes, I was in radio for about 12 years. It was Clear Channel when I started.
Oh, okay.
And then they rebranded after a bankruptcy as iHeartRadio. Because they have the iHeartRadio app. And then they rebranded as iHeartMedia.
Okay.
So, like, it was always the same. Like, they were the same company. They just rebranded.
Oh, okay.
So
gotcha.
you would forget that, that they tanked.
Yeah.
I know one of the things that we were talking about is like you get used to. I mean, you were on for 10 plus years, so every day, 4 hours a day, we're hearing about your relationships, your workouts. I remember sitting in the car when you were talking about your divorce. Not to bring up like all bad things, but I remember sitting in the car like being a part of your life for all these things, and then one day it's just like gone.
Yeah.
So it's like. It's such kind of a weird dynamic because, like you said, you don't get to say goodbye. You and Mary didn't get to do
a farewell tour.
And say like a thank you or have people like say like, hey, you have been such a big part of our lives for so long, and now it's just like you're gone, and it's got to be kind of a difficult thing being in the spotlight for it all.
Well, and what's it is frustrating about that is because then you don't get to tell your side of the story like the way that you want to, like the way that. When like I was able to tell you guys now, but there's a lot of people like, what happened? Like they don't know. Like some people know because like I posted on my social media.
That's what I was
like
going to ask. Yeah,
but like and I was like I did a whole episode on my podcast about it, then talked about it, and like was I got to do it for almost 12 years. Like it's a good run. I'm not super bitter about it. I miss the consistency of the money that I was making because I'm still like surviving, but I'm not doing what I was doing then, just because things. I mean. It also happened right as everything else was like going down. So it's like even like the comedy bubble kind of burst a little bit. Like that, if it had happened like 2 years earlier, I could have gone on tour and like crushed it because everybody was just going out. And now it's like even like very famous comedy friends of mine are having a tough time selling tickets. So that was just like, damn.
Well, I know you've been having a week this week with shouts out and viral clips. And for our audience to like contextualize, your stand up, I would like to play like your most recent viral clip that has up to 4 million views now or something like that.
Like something over 4 million. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because I showed my fiance and because I was excited to have you on, and she doesn't know much about you, but. Before you even got to the punchline, she said the punchline. I'm like, oh, you've seen this? I was like, oh, yeah, I've seen this a bunch, like on my social media and stuff. But this joke is hilarious.
Some things you're not supposed to say anymore. He's a construction worker. He builds basements for a living. And when they finish the basement, they spray it with tar to waterproof it. And sometimes it gets messed up. And my dad will talk to the client, like, yeah, my guy's messed it up, but don't worry, we retard it. And I'm like, just tell him you did a second coat. Which has morphed into his way of using the R word in public. If he sees someone doing something dumb, he'll just nudge me and be like, hey, Bill, 2 coats.
Dude, that's such a funny joke. And my fiance was just a nudge me. She's like, 2 coats.
Yeah, that's one of the bits that I've had that's like it's hit a few different times on social media. And like I'm not like precious with my material. Like some people like I'll post it once and if they like it, they like it. If they like it. I just repost it all the time. And
yeah,
like,
if it's funny, it's funny.
It's funny. Yeah, and like it's also like the algorithm is you guys know it's so random with like things getting picked up and not. So like they say you can have like best practices, but like the best practices just be like. Who gives a shit? Just post.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
Have fun with it and see what happens. Like anybody that's like got a content strategy, like I get that they can probably have success with that, but boy, do I not like talking about that. Like that's like when I first started comedy, it was just like, hey, let's talk about jokes. And now like when like younger comics come around, they're like, how many times do you post on Instagram a week? What do you do? What do you get your story views up? Like I'm like, oh boy, this makes me feel like an old.
Yeah.
But can I give you some background on that joke?
Yeah.
Yeah,
First of
go
all,
for it.
So the etymology of that joke is my dad actually said retard all the time. And my dad also, like I say, like my dad never swear. Oh, that's just me protecting him a little bit there. My dad was the boss, and he was a screamer. He yelled, and he would swear, and he'd go. I remember one time he was driving me to like a lacrosse game with like a bunch of the kids on the team. Like we were carpooling, and my dad, like somebody messed something up. And my dad just went fucking bananas on the phone and just screaming, "You retards! I can't believe it!" Just going crazy. And like these are like we're like high school kids, so we're not like horrified. We're trying not to just lose it and like start laughing.
Yeah,
it was just like he was just going in on these guys that work for him, and so that I just wanted to find a way to adapt that part of his personality into a joke. And there's a bunch of iterations of it, and it became that one. And then you get the people, because there's a whole faction of people in comedy now. They're like, oh, the R word's back, blah blah. I'm like, yeah, but it's also, you have to use context for it, because if you have a professional job, like you were a roofer, I'm sure you guys threw it around, but when you're talking to, and that's why I put it in, like when he's talking to the client, that's when you have to be a little more, careful with your language, stuff like that. So that's why it's funny when he says we retarded, like he's not even saying the word,
right?
He's just saying something close that, like, as an outsider, you're like, oh man, that's not quite how we want to say this, Dad. And then the whole two coats thing is like when you're in mixed company, when you're like out and about, and you have those little inside jokes. Like it's not about saying it or not saying it. Are we good on cameras? Okay. You're making me nervous. I'm like, this isn't a casting couch, is it? Like,
bring him in.
So as like, that joke goes, like the whole point is to make everybody know exactly what word I'm talking about without ever actually having
said it
without ever saying it.
And
like that's the fun of it. Like that's the cleverness of it. And there's like this, like people want to talk about like, oh, I'm not woke. I'm like, usually it's just you're not clever.
Yeah.
Like you're like, I hate this woke shit. It's like, no, you just don't like anything clever. Like it's clever, and it's a dance around social norms, and you're the guy that goes, I just say what I want. I'm like, yeah, that's why you have to talk to people on the internet, because you can't.
Sure.
Because you think that being abrasive and just being an asshole all the time is how to be, but it's really you're insecure and you don't know how to just like get to know somebody and be a little vulnerable.
Yeah. I know when I had shown my wife that clip the other night, she like it's perfect joke structure.
Yeah.
Because you say the retarded, and she like had this reaction of like, like, am I gonna find this joke funny? Right. And then you hit her with the two coats. Yeah. And she was like, oh, I'm sucked back in.
Exactly.
It's gold.
That's what I want.
That's
the person that
great.
I want to make laugh. Like I want to make you guys. I don't want to make your wife laugh. I want to make someone laugh that is like, where they're like, oh, pulling back, and not the person that goes, oh, he didn't say retard, I don't like it. Like that's, I don't. There's a Kill Tony comics out there for you. You can go to the show where they don't have punchlines, but they say retard, and you'll have a good time.
Yeah. And I almost flinch, like when he says retard. It's like it kind of like you kind of step back for a second.
Well, I think because as like decent human beings too, like I'm sure we all know someone that has someone in their family that is, whether they're Down syndrome or they have some sort of,
mental something.
Yeah, whether it's autism or whatever. Like in that, the way that word became so callously used, and that's why it kind of went away for a while, because it was just like lazy language. Yeah. And now, like when people are like, "Oh, it's back," it's like, yeah, but it like,
it's back for a little shock factor, but it's cheap. You know what I mean?
It's cheap, and it's like. And again, like hanging out with your friends, just goofing around. Like there's a time and a place for everything. Like, right. I try not to swear around my parents still, even though like I'm a big boy. They know I swear. Out of respect for them, they don't like it, so I try not to do it. Right. It's still hard, but I don't. It's just like they're like, to think that you have to be the same person around every single person, or not the same. Like I'm still the same person, but I'm gonna conduct myself different in certain situations.
Yeah, just hold back a little bit. You
Yeah.
know, like,
I mean, like,
not say the first thing that comes to mind.
Right, and having done it for 12 years on the radio where I couldn't swear.
Yeah,
couldn't
that
say
must
stuff.
have
So
been
things
tough.
like that's fun to like walk somebody through a situation that you really shouldn't be talking about on the radio, but if you could do it in a way where everybody knows what you're talking about without saying, dirty words or bad words or being too sexually explicit, was a ton of fun. Like it's a lot of fun to have parameters to work within.
Yeah, I saw you have you had a clean special on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
A special all clean. Yeah. And I say that all the time, especially about like video games when we grew up. And like sometimes the parameters that you had to work within, the small parameters, made something very good. You know what I mean? Because you had to work within those things.
Video games, movies, TV shows, where they
find a way.
Where you have these limitations, so you have to work within those limitations, and that keeps you from creating something that. Look at the prequels versus the original Star Wars, where once he's like, I can use CGI to make anything, and it took away from it more than it added to it, because it was so grandiose and so over the top, and also not ready to be.
It's like some aliens dancing randomly. Like, what was the point anyway?
Yeah, it's like this isn't adding anything. And so when you can pare things back, you look at James Cameron, and when he had to work within the limitations of what he could do in with Terminator 2 or True Lies or Aliens, he made terrific films. And then with Avatar, it's beautiful, but it doesn't excite me in any way. Like I only saw the first one. I know there's probably people out there that like them, but it's not the excitement that was grounded with those other movies.
Yeah. A lot of times, like, passion drives a project forward, and when you have infinite money, you kind of like lose that, I don't know, that grit or whatever to make something different.
Because when you have infinite money too, it's and it also happens with comics.
Yeah.
When they're when you're playing arenas and everybody laughs at everything he says. I'm not saying this is every arena comic. I'm saying there are comics that, because there's so many people enjoying them and laughing at them, they're kind of, they get like, I call it champ fat, like like you're like Rocky, was that 3 or 4? 3 was when he got champ fat.
Tom would know.
Yeah. Rocky 3 when he lost to Clubber Lang. He had champ fat because he was fighting bums.
Yeah.
And no one was really testing him, and that's like what can happen with comedy when everybody's laughing at everything you're saying, and you're not really picking and choosing what's actually clever and what's actually funny versus what's just like, oh, they're laughing and it's actually kind of hacky or lazy or whatever.
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
Right.
They're not even laughing at him.
I did not laugh a single time at his newest special. That was awful.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite comic right now?
David Tell.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That's
classic.
a good pick.
Yeah, great.
David
And
Tell.
okay, can I ask you? You don't have to say who's the most overrated comic right now.
Most overrated comic right now. I will say.
You don't have to answer.
No, I won't. I love answering
Okay,
this
sweet.
question.
Hell yeah.
I will say the most overrated comic right now is. That's a tough one. He just shouted me out on a podcast. I hate to say it, Marcelo.
No, Marcelo.
I'm kidding.
He's coming for you. Shots fired.
I'm kidding.
Bang bang.
He's a friend. That's,
No, I saw that shout. And he was just on Bad Friends too.
Yeah,
and I
he's-
love
yeah,
Bad
yeah,
Friends.
yeah,
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 great.
I'll say Bobby Lee and he'll. No, I'm kidding too. Again,
That's my hero. That's my hero, dude. I am loving this.
Bobby Lee's such a genuinely sweet boy.
Yeah.
Like he's
genuinely funny too.
yeah.
He's a
He's incredibly
guy.
funny. Yeah.
When James said that Bobby Lee was his favorite comedian, I was completely surprised. I know James from working with him because I work with him for weddings and stuff like that. So when he said that, I remember some of like the crazy naked stuff he does, and so I was like, I did not anticipate that.
He's a different kind of comic. He's kind of different.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a special. He's coming out with his first special.
Yeah, he's coming out with his first special. Like
I think it's called Finally.
Yeah, and that's a great name for it. But Bobby's a wild guy, and he's a sweetheart though.
Yeah.
One time he was a guest on the show, and we like put together a dating profile for our intern at the time, Matitude.
Oh wow.
It was really funny.
You and Bobby collaborated on that?
Like on the show, like on the air, we were like helping him like figure it out and everything. It was really funny. Okay, let's see.
right,
Most
let's get to it.
overrated comic right now. It's hard because like there's definitely people that I think are like they have their audience and like they're funny, but like I'm not like a huge fan
Not
of
your
them.
style, yeah.
But I don't think they don't earn their laughs.
Right.
I think they're they're just not my cup of tea.
Right.
But I would say, I mean, probably Hinchcliffe though, like because he stinks as
yeah,
a comic,
right,
But then
yes.
he's also like making people's careers too. So like he's got
Yes.
tons of influence. I just don't get the show, and I'm also out at comedy shows every night, so
Yeah.
like, I don't like it's like when people are like, oh, you gotta watch this, and like he has great guests. He has like I'm not a complete Kill Tony hater. I just don't see how like you guys can like so many people watch that stuff, but then they don't go, let's go see what's out in our
Yeah,
scene.
that's their only source.
The
Yeah.
only thing they do is go out and see those people that are on.
They've created a bubble.
Yeah, yes, and that's one of the things I don't like. I like things to like feed to other comedians in Discovery versus this is the only style that we like. It's got to be this, edgelord, this screaming stuff, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It just, and I'm not saying you can't be those things and be funny. I'm just saying it has diminishing returns when I see it live. Like, and there's some guys that like Cam, hilarious. Like,
Now he's on SNL.
He's on SNL, and
Making
also
some
a
fun.
nice guy when he's been on the I met him on the radio show and stuff like that. He was a cool guy. Ran into him a few times since then, and like he's always a cool dude. And then there's other people that like they get like a big head about it, and then when they not everybody's into what they're doing, they kind of melt down and stuff like that. So it's I don't know. It's also subjective. So
Yeah.
I think more the overrated. I would say an overrated comic or like most. I'll say overrated style of comedy is that like edgelord stuff where it's like, yeah, I'll say faggot, I'll say retard, like write jokes.
Yeah.
Like I'm not that I'm not that worried about what we can and can't say. That's marketing to me. Like that's how people get people to go, they don't want me to say this, but I'm gonna say it. It's like,
Yeah, that might work for a little bit, but in the long run,
right,
if you
and
want to
also,
have a career, it's
like,
not
yeah,
gonna
I know,
work,
and like the pendulum like swings on that like sensitivity stuff because
Right.
when I started, it was right after the Super Bowl where the nipple got out, so there was a lot like talking about sex stuff was really like you couldn't do it on radio and stuff like that. Like they were so tight with it, and I wasn't on radio yet, but I'd be like a guest and stuff, and so again. They put some parameters on us. So like, okay, let's try and talk about this without talking about it. Let's be clever. Let's have fun with it. And I think that's important to work within the confines of what is what society's giving you, and then making something funny or just like going so far past it that it's like subversive and original, and that's like that can be really exciting to see too.
Yeah.
When somebody actually does that right, because that's a fine line to walk.
Well, around that time was like when you were doing stuff with Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like my introduction to a lot of the group of stand-up.
Yes, yeah.
So it's like I saw the comedy tour, and even just the different branches, whether it's Rich Voss or Jim Norton or Patrice O'Neill.
Yeah.
Brian Regan, you guys, I know that you're a huge fan of him.
Yeah.
It was like introduced to such a wide range. And so like Kill Tony.
And that's a great point too, because those are all very different comics.
Oh yeah.
Between Rich Voss, Patrice O'Neill, because Patrice O'Neill will get up there and he'll sit and he'll talk and like like he would bomb a lot too, but he would be incredibly funny. It was a little over the heads of the crowd and stuff like that. And then Rich Voss, like incredible crowd work comic. Brian Regan, clean comic, and you have all those different styles of comedy going on there and like meshing and kind of feeding to you, and you go, oh, I like this dark stuff that Patrice is doing, but I also like this goofy stuff that Brian Regan's doing. I can like both. Look at that. That's great.
Yeah, well, I remember like even when I was younger, just being the youngest here, but like it was the blue collar comedy with Larry the Cable Guy and Jeff Foxworthy and like that group, and like they kind of
Ron White,
emphasized that it was three very different types of comedy,
Right.
but all in one special.
Right. But there were four comics. Because there's Jeff Foxworthy, and then Jeff Foxworthy light, Bill Engvall, and then Ron White, and then Larry, and Larry was like he took a lot of heat for being a character and being like getting so famous that they're selling. God, I can't remember his catchphrase in that.
Get her done.
Get her done.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
get her done.
Get her done.
I wouldn't have been
remember
hooked
that
on the hat.
Yeah, get her
Yup.
done. All that stuff. Like he took a beating over that from comics, but he's like, then don't watch it. Like he was always a cool dude about it.
Yeah.
Like,
And then he was in movies, and like
Yeah.
he made his cheddar. Like let him.
And he also
that's-
he's just like it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
it's for my audience, and like I got a big audience that seems to like it, and so I thought that was like as much as I grew up listening to Foxworthy, so I've always enjoyed his stuff. That his newest special was a little too Old Man Yells at Cloud, but like his early albums were dynamite writing, and so like and that's the thing too is like once you get deep into comedy and you like start learning about like joke structure and just callbacks and having a through line and stuff like that, those albums from like the 90s and like the post improv boom, like the Annie Evening at the Improv, like they had to put out these killer albums because that was the only thing keeping them afloat, because there was like 2 or 3 comedy specials coming out a year on like HBO, and that's all anybody would watch, and it was all like Carlin and like the best of the best. So like they weren't shooting comedy specials all the time. Then Comedy Central eventually evened that out a little bit, but have like albums from the 90s have some, and also they're doing acts that they had like perfected over like 10-15 years. Like they were in it a long time. So yeah, so it's cool to kind of know that that history of comedy.
Nice.
I was telling them recently that was my introduction to stand-up, was Jeff Foxworthy tapes that I got from Columbia House Records.
Yeah.
When it was the buy one get 12 free or
Exactly.
whatever.
That's exactly what we got. We got Games Rednecks playing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And, and just like that bit, that bit where he's like, you learn a lot of things when you got a kid. Like, how many boxes of raisins fit in a tape deck of a Jeep? 3. I did not know that. It's like just silly shit like that. And then like one of the best like misdirection jokes is like the Clampetts go to Maui, where he takes his hillbilly family to Hawaii, and they're talking like they had a peeing contest off the balcony, which I'm sad to say my Aunt Rose won.
Oh my god.
Like just
That misdirection.
misdirection. That like it's
Yeah.
just, and they're so tight. They're just great jokes. Yeah.
Well, it's even like funny, some of the older comedians that like people don't even recognize now as like that's where they got their start. Like Eddie Murphy is one of the ones. Like Jerry Seinfeld is another one of them. Like people don't realize that those were stand-up comics before they got on the big screen.
Yeah,
And,
I think people still associate Jerry very much with it, but yeah, like Eddie Murphy especially got like, I mean, because he did it all before he was 30, and then never went back to it, and but like went to the highest heights, and was like, yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah.
And Steve Martin too.
Steve Martin, yeah, that's who I was trying to think of his name, but yeah, he is another one of those guys.
It's kind of like Chappelle when he left too.
A little bit.
Well, that's also kind of like why Chappelle's scarcity was what put him to a place of GOAT, and then he came out with all these specials since then, which are fine, but they're like, again, like comparing him against himself, I'm like, you had 2 amazing specials before you like disappeared, Killed Him Softly and For What It's Worth, and then you put out like 7 since then, and it's just, you're not going to be able to put out 7 specials that are going to, because some of them for me it's just that they're so based on what's happening exactly in his life at that time that they don't resonate further, whereas like For What It's Worth has one of the best bits I've ever heard about, just age and accountability and, in race. So it's talks about a white kid killing somebody and then a black kid killing somebody, both by accident. White kid gets off, black kid gets charged with murder. And so like they're talking about like he's like, what is 15? What does it mean to be like? And it's all funny the whole time, but it's also that stuff that makes you think, but it's so well thought out because it's a bit that he honed over probably 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
So.
How he just weaves in a serious topic through
Yeah.
a little
And makes
comedy
it still
bits here
so
and there.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the thing that kicks that whole thing off is R. Kelly peeing on the 15-year-old girl. So that's like what is 15 like, and he talked about that very adeptly. Like he was very funny without being like gross about her being 15. Like he was sympathetic to her. And she's like, that's a child kind of thing. So yeah.
So I want to know, how do you have a process for writing jokes, or do you just kind of like let it come to you? I don't know. I have this whole like list of notes that I think have jokes on them.
Can I hear some?
No, maybe at the end. But usually for me, it's like right before I'm about to fall asleep, I'll think of something hilarious, just stupid, or when I'm walking the a those are like the two times.
Okay, yeah, like kind of shower thought.
Yeah, so I'm kind of wondering
like
if you have a process or something that might help me or someone else.
So a lot of stuff like that. Yeah, when you're doing something that is secondary, like walking the dog or about to fall asleep, when you're kind of having those twilight thoughts, but like when your mind's free. So finding a way to get there is, a trick in and of itself. So that's what that's why shower thoughts, like, because you know the routine of how you clean your body, so you're keeping your body busy, you're thinking, and then frees up the subconscious part of your mind to become conscious and start going, hey, this is funny, hey, this is silly, hey, this is, and so finding ways to unlock that. And so my kind of way of doing that is walking the dog. I also do like dog walk, but in this weather it's not as easy.
Oh, it sucks.
So like cleaning the kitchen is like another like, or like just like doing chores, like just like not the full deep clean where you gotta actually like pay attention, but like when you're like you're loading the dishwasher, you're doing you're just wiping down your table and stuff like that.
Do you have to be in a certain mood? Do you have to be like, are you usually like pissed off when you write jokes, or like?
No, I'm very rarely pissed off.
Okay.
I'm not a very angry, and I don't really write angry jokes.
Okay.
And then also just like some things will come up topical, and I'll just be like, hey, how can I make this funny? How can I make something, out of that? Or just like, I'll be like, that's a good idea. Like just doing something, driving, a lot of thoughts while I'm driving. Yeah. So just usually I'm doing a secondary activity, or just playing Madden on like easy mode, just to like, because then I'm just like throwing touchdown after touchdown, and like not
I'm the goat.
Yeah, like just to see like how many I can actually score. Right. Like just like I know
it's
it's
like
not
ego boost
challenging.
onto it. Yeah,
it's just
get the triple digits.
But it's exactly like it's like I know this isn't impressive to anybody, but it is still fun to like boost up Shedeur Sanders' stats.
We've all done it,
and have the Browns be good for this moment.
Every single Browns fan has started a career, a season with the Browns and boosted them up to where they won the Super Bowl as soon as they got the game. That's the first thing you do when you get Madden. Yeah.
I'm still playing Madden 22 with Baker Mayfield, and OBJ retired because I'm in like season 12 or something like
awesome.
that.
Right.
But,
I love that.
But hey, it's okay. We got a new head coach, so the whole franchise is saved now. We're gonna win a Super Bowl next year.
I wonder how that's gonna go.
You don't believe, Bill?
I mean, here's the thing.
This is the year.
You can't believe, like, even if they got Harbaugh, I would still be like, it's still us.
It's still the front office.
It's hard to break.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still the front office.
It's still
that's my biggest
Jimmy
thing.
And like the reports coming out from this one of how they handled that and how they pissed off Jim Schwartz and how like you're like, we really want to keep Jim Schwartz. We really want that. I'm like, did you tell Jim Schwartz that? Did you tell him that you didn't want him as the head coach? You just want him to stay after you get lesser qualified candidates like to come in and be the head coach? Like, I don't know.
And even that, half of them were turning down the second interviews. Like half of them were like, I don't even want to be a part of this after the first interview.
Well, the last I saw, Schwartz basically was like, look, I'm done. Like, I quit. Yeah. And now the 49ers want him, which...
Yeah, because he's a great coordinator.
The defense all wanted him as well. And
yeah. And that's where I think they messed up is, like, you could have found... Like, I think they should have hired Schwartz almost immediately. And then you could have probably got someone like Shieldhouse to come in and be the coordinator because he's not even a coordinator yet.
I'll see myself out. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's a bit. It's a bit.
When we talk sports, James goes pee.
Okay. So if you get Shieldhouse in there as you could have probably given him, it's still a promotion for him or somebody else, like Udinsky or somebody that goes all you're doing is focusing on the offense. This is great for you. You bump Schwartz up. The players like him. I know he didn't kill it with the Lions, but again, they were the Lions. So that's a hard franchise to be the coach of.
Stefanski won Coach of the Year just because the Browns went to the playoffs.
Because they were bad. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Which, all in all, my only critique with Stefanski really was just that he thought he had to play call everything, and I didn't think that was his biggest strong suit. Outside of that, I thought he did decent.
Right.
Decent enough to hold the position.
If he would have just stayed, if he would have stopped putting himself in position to call plays and just focused on being they call it the CEO head coach, where he is in charge of everything, I think it would have been a different story. But having to give up play calling 2 years in a row, it just makes you look dumb.
Sure.
It makes you look like, I don't know how to do this part. And it's also, they call him a quarterback whisperer, and I never, I think the best, glow up he had with a player was Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
The Browns,
with the Browns, yeah. Who else played great under him?
Flacco,
but that was just
that was Flacco.
That was Flacco.
Yeah, that was Flacco.
That's Flacco, and Flacco having at least one good receiver and a better line then. So if Flacco,
It's not like you flip the
and then Barry
the board. Oh yeah.
I don't know.
But and then the hand dealt with Chubb with the crazy injuries that he had where it was looking promising, like you said with Baker Mayfield. I mean,
only in Cleveland.
Things were looking so good, and then it crumbled just like it seems to do every time with
I feel like we got robbed.
Right. Well, and it's because Jimmy Haslam's the problem. He meddled too much. He didn't let it just play out because he was trying to fast track it, and then he makes the worst trade in history
ever across all sports.
Objectively.
It's incredible that people week one after the deal. I remember listening to sports radio because I was still working in the trades at the time, and they were like, "This is hands down the worst trade and deal."
And that's when they still thought he could be good.
Yeah, that was when it was still on the table that he could recover and lead us to at least the playoffs year after year.
Yeah, that was the trade-off was supposed to be, we sold our soul, we sold all our picks, but
Cleveland will get a Super Bowl.
We'll get a Super Bowl, or at least be Super Bowl contenders.
We'll sell out for it.
Yeah, and it was not even close to that. And then when you hear the reports of who, Deshaun was just a freak athlete that was able to make plays out of nothing. He didn't know the playbook. He didn't know, and all these, and you can get a certain amount out of something like that, but then also even and I've been very clear on I think he did all that stuff. I think he's a bad person.
We all got backup teams when he came on.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You guys both picked the Chargers.
Oh yeah, that was hard.
Mine was the Chargers.
Yeah, that was hard, right? That was that felt like cheering for the Browns. Who was yours? Who was yours?
A little bit.
Well, I ended up going with the 49ers.
Okay,
because as a kid, and then once I chose them, they won 8 straight with Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
and went all. So I've kind of kept up with that.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And that's the thing too. When I was a kid, my dad didn't watch football, so I became a Browns fan, by default.
Mm-hmm.
But they were kind of you knew they weren't going to get over that hump. So and also they didn't get any coverage on ESPN or anything like that.
My God, right.
So you could watch the games on Sunday, but then that Dallas game that would always be on in the afternoon would always be the game of the week on Fox would always be what I was waiting for, whether it was Dallas or 49ers or when the Rams got really good or even when the Broncos had their, I just like to watch good football.
Yeah.
And the Browns had great moments, but it wasn't always
there isn't
that
exactly
sexiness,
a highlight reel of Tim Couch touchdowns.
Right.
So
Yeah, and I'm talking more the early 90s stuff, and then they were gone. Yeah.
They were gone during like some of our formative
years too. Yeah. That's
And see, my formative years were like LT, Antonio Gates, Phillip Rivers.
dude,
like that's
yeah.
why the Chargers were my secondary
exactly.
team.
That was great football. That was great.
Yeah, I just got
Fun
to watch the Browns get whooped every single year. Like there was one specific game where they were playing the Bengals, and we were up by like 3 touchdowns with like 3 minutes left in the game.
I remember that
and
game.
everyone was like, "Oh, we got it," and I was like, "Not yet. Just keep watching." And sure, the Bengals came back and won the game.
Yep.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So
That's the Browns
not
I
to
knew.
railroad this,
Please
but
do.
to bring James back in.
No, what? Huh?
So James he's huge into the Guardians. So we just got
okay,
Jose re-signed with
Yeah.
us, hometown discount.
God bless
God
Jose
bless.
Ramirez for
Love
being
him.
just
God bless.
like a guy. And I don't even believe a guy, but like that's amazing to just be like. He's like
Now you do.
I don't. I kind of do because of this one contract, like, where he's like, I'm never gonna play for another team. And like in this day and age of baseball, where he could have gotten $400 million, $500 million,
Oh, my
like
God.
an
Everyone wanted him.
insane contract, and he's just like, I like it here. I don't have. They don't ask me to do press. I don't like doing press. I just like to go out and play baseball. And you know, he's just a workhorse, and he's
Yeah.
a good dude. And
Didn't he build a field? Because I remember I rode my bike past it. There's like a Ramirez field or something like that.
Oh, is
right
there?
on in the flats, I think.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
he like
Yeah.
donated this field, and yeah, just as like a stand-up guy. And I think Quan signed an extension too, right? And
Oh,
he's
I love
my
that.
favorite
Quan is one of
player.
my
Yeah.
Quan is my favorite.
He
player
brought
on
so
the
much
team.
to the Guardians. I could tell just like in the locker
Yeah.
room and everything, just like
Yeah.
this, because he does like he's a small guy. He actually is like my figure. Like
Yeah.
he's like
But
5'8" or 9" or whatever.
Yeah.
Not very heavy, but he like is powerful, and he's just like, I just meditate and I just think about it, and he's more of like a thought. I don't know, a mental
Right.
person.
Yeah. He uses the mechanics of it, but also
Yeah.
like it's.
I heard he has like a softball stance when he's batting. His stance is like a lot of what softball players do.
Yeah.
With his 2 feet very close together, then
Yeah.
he just swings. He has like a one of a kind stance.
Yeah.
And a lot of people
Yeah.
like compare it to like softball. Like
His consistency was my favorite part of it.
Oh,
Like I
very
remember
consistent,
my brother
yeah.
was really into, or still is kind of really into sports betting, and I was like, dude, take Quan for a hit every single game, just
Yeah.
one hit
Yeah.
One hit.
every single game, and you'll hit 70% of those bets and win.
Probably.
Like he was that consistent of always getting on base.
Yeah.
So
No, he's great, and like, I love the Guardians too, and I know we always get frustrated when they don't go out and spend big money because like there was some guys that signed contracts that I'm like the Guardians could have done that.
yeah.
Like they could have went out and got what was it fucking the polar bear? What's his name?
From
From
what
the
team?
Mets.
The Mets.
I think he went to what's his name? God damn it!
I'm not sure. No, the Mets didn't even make the playoffs or postseason.
What is his name? He won the home run derby a couple times.
So was it Soto?
No, not
No,
so.
we don't. No, I don't even think he
Not
won
Soto,
Soto
no.
in Cleveland. Fuck Soto.
No, it's
see, I
like
remember
Paul
the
or-
I remember
God damn it,
us
I can't remember
for like letting people
It's Tom's
go
job.
more than I do us not spending money
right. Well,
on
yeah,
people.
yeah. Well, because we don't
Like
spend
we
money.
like look at
We don't spend money. We just
we just let him
it's
go.
Vibe,
Like, look at all the
vibe oriented.
pitchers that we've had that have been like Cy Young winners, and then the next year we're like, oh, well, we'll trade him away.
Yeah, get
I
some
mean,
picks, get some prospects.
yeah, Cliff Lee, CC Sabathia, to name a few. Like
And
Just
now
gone.
latest is Bieber going.
yeah, and Bieber, yeah, it sucks because we have like the start of a World Series winning team, and the closest we came was in 2016 where we tried to win the double title, and that was so, and it wasn't even like with the team that you would think would win the World Series.
Pete
like,
Alonso.
Pete Alonso.
That's
Okay, yeah, that
'cause
is
he,
sounds
like,
familiar.
So-
He signed like him, and then who's the guy that Schwarber?
Okay.
Like those guys both signed like 150, like $200 million contract. Like nothing. Like it's a ton of money.
Yeah.
But it's within like
Our
it would-
cap space.
and it would have made that part of the lineup. So if you have Ramirez
It's
and
true.
Pete Alonso or Ramirez and Schwarber, they are fucked because
Yeah.
then they got to pitch
Yeah.
to one of those guys and, or both, and that changes everything.
You're right. If they could just do a little bit more, it's just a little bit more because we do so much with
Nothing,
not much, yeah. And just
not
a little
nothing,
bit
but like
more
we do a lot with grit and hustle and like.
Well, we were
Yeah,
talking
and
about
I lo-
limitations
and-
earlier,
yeah, and I
right?
love
We have to
Exactly.
do that.
I love
You
that
find a way.
aspect of the Guardians. I love that.
Always,
Like
yeah.
I mean, like we have so many fun seasons where, like, I mean, the big win streak this year coming back and winning. The
There's always something very special about
there's
every
something
year.
about that is very cool and very enjoyable. But
It's
at
such
the
a
same
Cleveland
time,
thing to say.
it would be nice to just be like, and we have two, like a big power hitter that's going to hit 50 home runs consistently, or like even if they somehow, like, they're always drafting somebody or like getting somebody through a trade that's like got the potential, and then they just never work out. Or once they do, they're out of here.
Or you could like give up half the team's salary and just pick up Ohtani and then take yourself to multiple World Series. And
Didn't work for the Angels. So do you think that the Cavs in 2016 is the only championship in our lifetime?
Oh no, I think we'll get. I think because the Guardians front office is pretty savvy and the way baseball works, and if they implement the salary cap, I think the Guardians will get one.
Guardians before the Cavs? Because they'd be like, I think, the next contender. I don't think the Browns are going to be a Super Bowl winner.
Browns,
for a very
I
long
do
time.
not see that in. I think Guardians before the Cavs again, which I'm bummed to say because the Cavs are close.
They have
Cavs have been
they have a
so
solid team
close.
that have played together for so long, and they're like only 2 or 3 games out of like second place or something.
Yeah.
I know
Well,
that
last year we
Yeah.
went in with #1 seed
Yeah.
into the playoffs, and
But
then
I know.
botched it.
Dude.
But
they
there's something about it when they get into the playoff. Like, and I know there's injuries that play, but like they need like something to get them over that hump. So like there's rumors about LeBron coming back, and maybe that helps.
That would be amazing. I would welcome him back. Would you welcome him?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
He gave me the best Father's Day ever. He can come back
exactly,
whenever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's still one of the best,
Yeah.
in the league still currently, like outside of greatest of all time and all that.
At
He's
41
still,
years old.
He's
Yeah.
41.
Yeah.
So Tom, he's what? The same age as you are?
I was in high school at the barber shop watching or reading Sports Illustrated with him as a junior in high school on the cover.
Yeah.
Like so he's about my age.
I still remember the yellow Hummer he drove around in when he was at St. Vincent St. Mary's. And
Yeah.
I went to Hoban,
Yeah.
so
Oh, right on.
those Mum Day games we played St. V, he would always be there, and you would just see a huge crowd just go from corner to corner of the field, and you knew that's where he was. It was insane.
Well, I remember our grandfather was a construction or a carpenter, and he did he made all the houses or built all the houses that were on the street that LeBron lived in for a while when he was here right outside of Bath.
Yeah. I bet my dad worked on some of those too. Because we did. He's a mason, so like he did a bunch of those basements and stuff over there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Foundations over there.
Yeah, it's so cool. I would definitely welcome him back. I mean, to get us another championship, I think it'd be nice, to, like, as far as a story, for him to come back to his hometown and then
Win one more.
more, retire right after that.
Yep.
He's got to be itching. I mean, maybe not itching to retire, but like, wouldn't you think at a certain point he's like,
one of the rumors I heard is that the Lakers would buy him out, and then he could come and sign with Cleveland, and like finish this season with him. And I think he comes here this year. We don't have to give anybody up for him. He's gonna play on like a mid-level expansion, whatever like the veteran minimum is. It's gonna be like, let's do that, and maybe he gives them that like extra boost of like championship mentality. Be like,
that's what
this
they're
is
missing.
how we
That's
do
what
it.
they're missing.
Yeah.
They have the talent, and they all play together, and
Yeah.
it's so frustrating because they, especially last postseason, like they could play better than that.
Yeah.
Like I've seen you play better the entire season,
Right.
And why are you guys falling so flat? It's
Right. Well, again, the injuries. Like
Who was injured last year?
Because those games
I thought
against
we were
Indiana,
relatively-
we had that one
Yeah.
game where
It's
Evan,
almost half the team.
it was like Evan, Darius Garland, and
must have forgotten that.
Evan, Darius Garland, and I want to say
Was it Hunter?
Hunter. Yeah,
Hunter, I like Hunter, yeah.
Yeah, like, and Hunter was playing great when he came to the team. So like,
Yeah, he was on
It was like
fire.
3 very integral players that didn't play in that game, but where we lost on that one like shot where like that last second.
It was that terrible inbound.
Yeah.
That was rough to see because I think that could have set the tone for more.
But we beat the Celtics, didn't we? Or no? No, we never played the Celtics.
Not that year, no.
Yeah, not that year. Because I was having some beef with Celtics fans online.
Well, because the Celtics got knocked out by the Knicks last year.
Right, so I was like,
because-
exactly.
yeah.
So I was like, we're both depressed, so
Yeah.
no need to hate comment on anything.
yeah.
All right. So we're at just about an hour. I know you have a hard out because we're all going to go to your show tonight,
Oh,
which
nice.
sounds
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of fun.
Yeah. Shout out
you're
to the show
describing it.
tonight.
Yeah.
I don't
This
know.
is at every
yeah.
Wednesday show. If you don't want to come, it's called East End Bistro and Pub is the place, and it's called Stand and Deliver, and it's it's like a showcase for some comics, but then we have two comics that compete against each other, telling they get 5 topics from the audience, and they write those jokes during the show, so they're like fresh, and then at the end of the show they like compete against each other in like a joke battle to see who wrote the better joke about those topics. It's really fun.
Nice.
And
I'm excited.
We're all going to write some
And
topics.
you're running shows basically like almost every day, right?
Every weekday, yeah.
You're busy. Yeah, you're
Monday,
very
One
busy.
Star in Lakewood, and they all kind of have their own like theme to them. So like Monday at One Star in Lakewood is new material night. The show's called Fight for Your Right, and you do WRITE.
Okay. Nice.
And it's
Clever.
a good one to come out and start. Give it a try.
All right. I'll say a joke at the very end. We'll
So
bleep
it's
the
like
whole thing.
you do 3 minutes, and then whoever has the best set at that wins $50. So like, and then people sometimes like throw money into the bucket. And so like we've had like people win like over $100 something
Nice.
dollars sometimes. So that's
Wow.
cool. And then Tuesday is Brothers Lounge. That's like a showcase, and we do contests there too. So right now we're getting towards the end of. So the finals of that contest will be February 10th, and that will be at 8:00. And they're all free shows to come to on the weekdays. And the winner of that gets $500 thanks to Tito's.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you, Tito's.
Yeah.
And then
We drink
Wednesday
Tito's.
is East End, and then Thursday is High and Dry in Tremont, and that's an 8 p.m. show as well, also free. And that one's just kind of a basic showcase, but it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you're super busy. And I wanted to we kind of all want to ask one more thing because we know you're going back to school,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Law school, right?
Well, I have to start from the beginning. So like, I have
Right.
to get my bachelor's first and then law school. So I got a long way to go.
Okay.
But today was my first day.
Yeah, right. Today was your first day back. How was it?
It was great.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. So I was supposed to start on Monday.
Okay.
But
The-
Monday and Tuesday were snow days.
Right.
So
Your first 2 days were snow days.
Yeah. So I started today, and it was my psychology class, and like I was such a different, like when I was in school, and I don't know how you guys were in school, like if you were students, like I felt so trapped and so disconnected from trying to learn and like wanting to learn because it felt so mandatory, and I was just like,
Right.
like, and I didn't.
Someone was telling you had to be somewhere.
Yeah. And so like now I'm doing it on my own accord, and like I'm motivated and like not like I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody but myself.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give my life a little more structure because I am doing the shows every night, but then it's like, well, I can have a drink. I don't got to get up in the morning. So like I needed to like put some guardrails on my own life
Gotcha.
in a way
Yeah.
to be like, all right, I'm going to go through all this. I'm going to but I'm still going to do stand up all the time. But I just wanted to like be like, and I'm also going to, I want to learn more. I want to be better as it helps with my mental health. A lot of different aspects go into it, but also like I want to challenge myself and see like, hey, maybe I can do stuff that I didn't think I could do or wanted to do when I was younger.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I have like 2 questions actually. One, like what is the ideal end goal, whether that be like going back to school, staying with stand up, and then also the second question that I have is if you were to pick your perfect person to go on tour with, comedian wise, who would that be?
Okay. So the end goal is the real, like, I don't know if I don't want to ever stop doing stand up.
Sure.
And I think I can balance these things, to a certain degree. But the main goal is to get that degree, like to get that law degree and be like, I did that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'll ever like use it in the way that I, am supposed to or whatever. And I'm sure I will, but I want to get it. I want to take the bar exam, be like, I passed the bar exam.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Like, that'll be a cool thing to do. And my brother's a lawyer, and if he can do it, I can do it.
So how many
Little
years is
sibling
that?
rivalry right there.
Yeah.
How many years of school is that then?
So-
starting from a bachelor's.
Start from the bachelor's. So like technically it'd be about 7, but that's if I only like went on like the normal schedule.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go to summer classes because like I
Gotcha,
don't
a
need
little bit
summer
faster.
break. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like I'm hoping to get my bachelor's in like 2.5 years, and then get into law school and kind of do so like more like 5 or 6 for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Try to get it before
2031.
50. Yeah.
Bill Squire could be your lawyer.
Yep. And then perfect person to go on tour with.
Yeah. Who do you think you'd have the most fun with?
So I think I'd have a lot of fun with, and just having like hung out with him and just knowing how he motivates me, like because, like I've worked with him before, Dave Attell, just because he loves
every time you say his name,
he loves jokes so much.
Yeah.
And so like last time I was in New York City, I had like kind of the best night as far as like comedy goes. I didn't even perform at these places, but I was just hanging out at the Cellar, and like I text Dave Attell and like I was like, hey, I'm gonna be in town. And he's like, oh, I'll be at the Cellar. Come on by. And I was like, okay, cool. And so I like go and I watch him do his set, and Marcelo was there too. So like I watch Marcelo just crush, and then Attell go up and like be the last comic of the night. And what's cool about that is, you know, you like Marcelo's this high energy young comic, good looking dude, and he just murders. Like he is just smashing this room, and you're like, who is gonna be able to follow this? And then Dave goes up there, very nonchalant, very like in no hurry, no rush to get the crowd on his side. But within a minute and a half, their laugh, like I didn't think it could get louder than what Marcelo was doing, and it's just as loud, if not louder, with Attell up there, just like these short, quick, silly jokes that are so funny, and they just roll one into another, and it's just a masterclass. And just like talk about like when people, you know, he makes a joke about anything. He can do he can make anything funny, but he's so, and that's where like the cleverness that I think is important is like when people are like, oh, just say this or say that. I'm like, watch Attell. Watch what he does. Watch how he does it, and seeing it live is so much better than seeing it on a special. Like he's still great on his specials and everything, but when you are in that room and everyone is just like blown away by the quickness and the pace of all the silly stuff that he says and funny stuff and dark stuff and all, like how he's just able to weave in and out of it so expertly, it's just the best. So. Yeah, I think I have a lot of fun with him too, because he's also just like a good hang off stage too.
Yeah,
you know, and like, and again, like as someone like, you know, I had my beer today, but like I'm trying to be a little bit better on the old party boy Bill lifestyle. So as he's as you know, Attell's sober, and you know he chain smokes like a chimney, but like I'm not gonna be as tempted to get wasted every night.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. What a legend.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right, I had so many other things I wanted to go off of.
Tell your joke.
All right.
Yeah, let's get into it. Come on. You got to. You're the one who brought it up, so technically you did it to yourself.
All right. And you tell me if this isn't funny.
I will.
Okay. All right, so we'll bleep some parts out, but
We already tried to tell him.
but this is one where I thought of when I was walking my dog, and I was like, dude, okay, so it's like, I just hate people that fly flags. Like, the more flags you fly, the more I think you're insufferable, right? Whether it's like an LGBTQ flag or a don't tread on me Trump flag, I call you all faggots, right? And flags are so stupid anyway. They're like a bumper sticker for the wind.
Okay, that's funny. I like that.
Okay.
Bumper sticker for the wind's a good line. That's a good
Okay.
line.
But it's kind of like your retarded joke.
Yeah.
But my inflection was kind of hard on that.
Yeah, no,
I want to soften that inflection. But what do you think? Your thoughts?
I think it's funny. I think that's I can't say I've never heard faggots. Like, I don't know if that's the most original thing, but I'm not saying like. Okay. But in the context of that joke, I think it works.
Okay.
And then the bumper sticker for the wind is very funny. That's a great line.
I almost thought that was funnier than the first part, but
That made me think of like a Mitch Hedberg line.
Yeah, like the bumper sticker for the wind is the best part of the joke. Like
Okay.
and that's the punchline.
Right.
That's the main punchline. So that's
Right.
like the faggots is a pacing joke to get to the bumper sticker for the wind. So I like that, and you might even be able to get to like, and you might even be able to do it in a way where you're like, yeah, I wish there was something I could call them.
yeah. Yeah, it's all about time. My time was off.
Yeah.
You know, my heart is racing right now.
But that's the whole idea behind like getting on stage. Like, people always ask me for advice, like, how do I get good stand up? I'm like, go do it. Like, you're not going to get better.
Exactly.
And like, you don't have to, but you have to do it to the point where you always kind of want your heart rate to go up a little bit, but you want to be in control of it. You want to you want to feel like I'm excited, but I'm not out of control, or I'm not like nervous. I'm just like, here we go. Like, and also where the crowd doesn't even know one way or the other.
Right. How long did it take you to kind of get a grasp of that? Like, how were your first
I got
couple
it
shows?
immediately. But,
yeah, I was gonna ask you, do you still get nervous?
No, I don't get nervous anymore. But I also like, I mean, depending on like, there's every once in a while I'll get like a gig where I'm like, either it's just like there's nobody there, or there's so many people there, like that, like it'd be like, okay, this is a little tense. But it's mostly, I get more nervous when it's like, okay, you got to be clean tonight, and I'm like, oh, I'm dusting out some old stuff. I'm like, I just got to remember the order of it. But it's not really nerves because I'm also like, I'll be fine. Like, but it took a good decade, probably 8 to 10 years before I was like, I'm gonna go up there and it's gonna be like, I'm just gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And like, I wouldn't have to worry about it, and like, I know, I'll get them one way or the other. And if I don't get them, it's not a big deal either. Like, bombing used to be very disheartening to me, and now I'm just like, who cares?
Yeah. You just got to put in the reps and make it almost second nature, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like the mindset of a pitcher.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's baseball's like stand up, because like sometimes like you fail more than you don't, but
Dude,
like
I've had so many conversations. So like when we used to go to spring training, like we talked to pitchers, and I actually had a great conversation with Tom Hamilton once.
Nice.
It's good to have a conversation.
Yeah, and we were doing an interview, and we were talking about like the preparation, and I was talking about like, I'm a comedian, so like I have this preparation that goes into stuff like that, and it's similar to like the joke writing is similar to the routines that pitchers have as I've like got to know them. And Tom Hamilton goes, "That's right, Bill. It is like that." And I was just like, "Oh, you know my name?" Tom Hamilton said my name. It was a very cool moment. Yeah. Actually, like I got to know Clevenger for a bit. Like we like
that's my wife's favorite player when he was for the
he was a cool dude.
We got to meet Tom Hamilton once. We were doing some wedding photos.
Oh, that's cool.
Right outside the stadium. And then him and Rick, I think it was him and Rick Manning, just happened to be walking by. And so
they were getting ready for a game. They were going into work because the Guardians were playing later that night.
Yeah, dude, we're so lucky to have like a guy like that. Like, have you ever heard like the calls from like other?
Oh yes,
dude. So I have a super box, so I don't pay for any subscriptions. It's all like illegal. We'll cut this.
But get me one of those.
No, it's like $200 or $300 on Amazon, and you get everything, all live sports, everything.
What?
For one price. So, but with that being said, though, I have to listen to some other people's announcers, like whether it's the Cavs or the Guardians, and like it really does make you appreciate like Austin Carr and
Jim Donovan.
Right. Imagine thinking you're like, oh my God, Austin Carr's actually good.
Yeah.
Like,
he's great compared to. Dude, I fall asleep.
Amazing.
Sometimes I don't even like talk at all.
Yeah. Like who? I want to say like the Kings is absolutely dog.
Blue Jays announcers are
terrible.
It's like, how do they even have jobs? Like, I went to school for it, and like it was competitive. And I mean, I went to school in 2012, but like it was all. And I guess I was in a competitive market too.
It's also like one of those things where like some people just get grandfathered in, or they just know somebody.
Yeah, and it almost seemed like you had to be a former player, and a lot of like I know that was
for the color for the color commentary, but it's like to be like the play-by-play, like that's also, like you said, it's so competitive. And then also there's just like people that kind of like luck their way into it because they're like, oh yeah, I'll go to Oklahoma City, whatever.
Yeah.
And then but even like the Cavs, like very good, like Brian, what's his name,
see, I'm unfamiliar with
Brian,
the Brian, the other announcer.
The announcer for the Cavs, like he's good. But he was on the radio. He took over for Fred McLeod when Fred passed.
I don't know. I'm on this one. Brian Oss?
No, not Brian. I don't think it's Brian. It's actually John Phillips or John something. Like that. It's John something like that. But he's very good. But then the guy that's Tim Alcorn that does the radio is fantastic too.
Yeah.
Like he's still good. And then like growing up listening and hearing I'm mad at myself.
Joe Tate.
Joe Tate was the best, and Joe Tate never had a color guy with him, which was made it even, like crazier.
That's wild
because he just carried the whole game, and then talking about DiGiorno,
and then he'd go to like Mount Union and just do the girls' basketball games or whatever after.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Joe Tate was incredible.
All right. Well, we're running a little bit.
John Michael, that's his name.
Tom, do you have a clip that we're gonna all react to?
Well, I was just gonna say the other thing is
Yeah,
the
whatever you
podcast,
want
the
to
Cleveland America Show.
Oh yeah, if you want to plug anything.
Yeah. If you
Well, I
want,
was gonna
how
say-
can people find you?
Yeah.
That's the best way.
At Bill Squire on Instagram. BillSquire.com's got links to all my stuff. I'm 5,000 away from 100,000 on YouTube. So if you guys got 5,000 listeners that want to follow me on YouTube, that'd be cool.
We'll
might-
send it.
we might, yeah, we'll definitely drop it in the description.
Everyone helps. So then, so it's just it's all out there. Just Google Bill Squire comedian, and most of my stuff shows up. But that's
And it's been fun watching
and
the
then
growth.
Cleveland America is the podcast.
And it's been fun watching the growth of that from the Bill Squire show with AJ and the different. And so now you've got Pants, who I've seen at multiple metal shows but never actually met. And then Tommy, who I'm assuming you get very many questions about when people meet you.
They always want to know what's her deal. I'm like, she's Tommy. She's hilarious and she's cute.
One last thing, I have to bring it up because I just caught up on 2 of your latest specials, and the last special, your wig looked a little different, my friend.
So that's actually
what happened. It looked so good. I was such a fan of like the locks that you had.
You did
growing.
have luscious hair.
okay. So
It was
R.I.P.
gorgeous.
so the latest one I had like the mullet, and then I
I think he's talking about the
I thought
one
it
at
was
the Agora.
the Agora one.
yeah,
See,
we're
that-
getting famous.
Yeah,
I
we're
think it
getting
was
famous.
called.
That one was from 2023, and so like I just had the long hair for a while, and then I was just kind of getting sick of like dealing with it, and so then for Halloween this year, I went as Travis Kelce as a wigger. So like
Okay.
when, like 2017 Travis Kelce when he was still dating black girls, and so I was like
What a switch he made.
So I went with that, and like
He's not an ass guy.
and I was like, that's a it like, and I just want I like to switch it up from time to time. So I mean you can see my
Yeah,
hair,
you
I
had
got a mop here. This is the
the
like,
mullet was coming in.
the
in
mullet
this one.
See, I like it.
one more question.
As someone with no hair,
Yeah.
if you can
that's-
grow hair,
I get that.
Yeah,
I'd
and
appreciate
someone
it.
with hair that's running away as fast as they can from them. But what is your favorite special? What special are you the most proud of?
Of my specials.
Yeah.
I would say probably We're Getting Famous. Like I think that one. I mean, doing it at the Agora, like that's legendary. Like
That is.
I really love all of them, but that one is just it's solid, and it's got like a 3-tiered callback where like you have to hear this part that gets called back in this part, then that part gets called back in this part, and just thinking, I'm like, that's really good work. I'm really proud of that one.
Nice.
it was good.
Oh,
It had me laughing
Yeah.
quite a few times.
And I said some
those callbacks were
Fucking
nice.
crazy shit in that one.
And I know I've said it before, but I got to be there. My wife got me tickets to sit on the floor. So
Yeah.
it's been super cool for over the last 17 years.
Yeah.
Seeing you so many times and just
Yeah.
like the progression and the changes.
I appreciate it too.
And then seeing you
Yeah.
in that venue, like it's
Yeah,
a
right.
huge
Yeah.
known venue, and
Yeah.
it was full, and everybody was eating it up, and it was so cool.
It was
so
a cool night. It was like I mean that was again, like I love the one that I did at Brothers Lounge. That one was really fun too, and like even like the hilarities one and the funny stuff. Like they're all fun, but that one, like being at the Agora, like what that venue means to Cleveland, and like it was just super special.
And I thought Mary's intro,
Yeah, it
because
was
Mary has her fans and on the radio and
Yeah.
people who felt differently, but I thought it was so cool the way she felt about you
Yeah.
and the words she said before she left and everything. And I
yeah.
thought that I had a new respect for her as a comedian.
Yeah.
Are you working on a new special at all?
I mean, I just filmed one in September, so I am, but also like it's gonna be a while.
When is that coming out, or is it already out?
That's out. Yeah, that one's. Oh yeah. Honestly, you want to play the? Let's play the intro to that one.
Yeah,
You
I'd
know,
love
just-
to. I was trying to.
I want to
research.
see. I want to
didn't
see how
it.
you guys react to it because I come out swinging in a very big way.
I love it.
Okay, what's it called?
It's
Tom, do
called
you have
Lil
it?
Stinker. Bill Squire, Lil Stinker. It's on YouTube.
Got a little stinker.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gotcha. Because We're Getting Famous, I thought was the most recent one. At least when I was looking. I
No,
didn't
so
I hadn't seen
that
this
one I just recently uploaded to my YouTube channel because I had.
Get those views on your YouTube.
Yeah, like that one got acquired by a distribution company, and so like I had to wait a while to. It's not happening. Yeah. So now I can't like. I mean, I might not have been supposed to do that. But I was like, I'm putting it up because I want people to see it because like it's on like Amazon Prime and like Tubi.
Okay.
Yeah, I had actually watched it on Amazon Prime.
Okay, cool. So yeah, like that's cool that you watch it on there. But it's on my YouTube channel like most recently.
All right, let's check it out.
All right.
I'd like to bring to the stage one of my best friends in the world and one of the funniest motherfuckers on earth. Put your hands together for Bill Squire!
Can you pause it for 1 second? A major occurrence in the U.S. had happened a week and a half before I filmed this special. You'll figure it out.
All right.
In September.
In September, yes.
If someone tried to assassinate me, what? If someone tried to assassinate me, what I would do is spin move, catch the bullet, throw it back at him. Don't kill him, just graze him to teach him a lesson. Then hands on the hip to let him know, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. If someone tried to assassinate me, what I do, pull my dick out, they shoot the tip of my dick off. Now I'm circumcised, I'm the king of the Jews. Use a little bit they shot off as my little hat. And I say, stop it, Israel, Palestine's free. No, if someone tried to assassinate me, what I would do is let it happen because that's going to be the best promotion for this special.
All right, that's good.
It's going to do numbers. Like,
So how soon did you write that before recording that? Did it happen like?
I mean, it happened like a week and a half before. So like I wrote that that weekend. And
wow.
So like I was opening for this dude, Gabriel Rutledge at Playhouse Square. And I was like, hey, can I take a big swing opening for you? And he's like, and I'd known him for like 20 years. He's like,
Yeah.
Go for it. I'm like, okay. And so I did that. And like I refined, like I got to do it like maybe 3 times before I'm like, I'm going to open my special with this because I think it's very funny to just take that big of a swing with something that's that, new. And, it like, I like, as funny as I think it is, like, I think the crowd was like, holy shit. Like, they're like, but like, I like that. Like, I think it's fun.
Yeah.
And then, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that one was just because, like, of everything going on, like, more political than I've been in any other special. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I handled it with, like, still made it very funny and, like, approachable and relatable to people because, like, a lot of it's, like, my back and forth with my dad over, like, what he believes and what I believe and, like, what I thought he believed and who he actually is kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I know that we're finding it hard, like being that we're trying to have a podcast that's about the Hangout to stay away from political because like that's literally all that's happening. Not all that's happening, but like
just,
the biggest
it's
thing
big
that's
stuff,
happening. Yeah, it's hard to talk about other stuff. So
yeah. And how I deal with all this comedy too,
Right. And that's
I have a couple bits I want to do on these things, but maybe after a couple weeks when it all settles down.
Yeah.
No, I like to do it as soon as I can.
Yeah.
I always have.
Well, let this be the ego boost you needed to get on stage and
come try
and work out a
All
couple of these.
All right, I'll maybe.
I teach a course too.
Do you? Okay, perfect.
I teach
And how expensive is that course?
120
For
bucks.
you?
It's $120. It's not even that expensive. It's a 4-week course. It's at Imposters Theater. I think the next one that's like open will be in like end of April, early May.
Okay.
So like and it's like it's just kind of like I don't try to write your jokes for you. I just try to help you like guide you through the process and kind of like help with
it's
that
daunting.
stage
You
fright.
just want to know if you're on the right track.
Right,
You know what I mean?
exactly,
And to have somebody
yeah.
like, no, you're close,
Yeah.
and then to get you closer.
And they're really fun shows too. Like the
Okay.
graduation shows are great. So
Are there any big names coming up that you see making big waves?
Because I know you
What do you mean, like,
help a lot of
just
you help a
being
lot.
in
of
Oh,
the-
like in Cleveland comedy scene?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
as far as Cleveland
I mean,
goes, specifically.
Elijah Nevels he's got I think 400,000 followers on Instagram, but he's just he's the next Marcelo to come out of this area.
Nice.
So he's huge. You got this dude Chris Paul. He runs the Roast Battle League for Cleveland. Him and Jeremy Shearer, who are both really funny dudes, but what they're doing is really special because like there's the Roast Battle League and it's a worldwide league and the cities that are in it are like all giant cities and then Cleveland because they've done such a good job of curating comics in Cleveland.
Okay.
To like go up against these, New York, LA, Denver, Austin, Chicago, like these huge markets with a ton of comics.
Right.
And Cleveland is going like toe to toe with them, and it's pretty cool.
That's
awesome.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's gotta be like awesome for you to see, like to help out comics and to help out the scene develop and
Yeah, and that's like again like kind of my beef more than anything with the Kill Tony stuff
Right.
is like where people they're like, we like this amateur, are they going to make it comedy? But they don't come out and see it in their own city. And that's more of my message to them than anything.
Right.
Is like, hey, this exists in your town. Go to that.
Yeah.
Like, you can still watch Kill Tony. It's on the internet. It's there.
Right.
But go find some people in your city. Go, oh, I'm cheering for this guy.
Yeah.
I'm cheering for this girl. I want to see how they develop and how they progress and show support for them and like build those scenes in every city because it helps so much.
Yeah. I know one of the biggest things we try to promote on this channel is like specifically shopping local, but it applies to this.
Applies
and,
to
like,
this too,
supporting
yeah.
your local comedians.
Yeah.
Go find them and go out to some shows.
Oh, I need to update this. I need to put I don't have a little stinker on there yet. I need to put a little stinker on my website. I'm lazy.
And I remember seeing you a while ago at the Funny Stop and moment of silence for the Funny Stop.
Yeah,
right?
I know it's gonna
R.I.P.
March is when.
That's a bummer because I used to go there a lot. But Kill Tony did like reignite my passion for comedy, and with our ethos of like always supporting local and stuff like that, that was instinctually in my head. It's like, okay, this is reigniting my passion in comedy.
Yeah.
I know there's comics in Cleveland, so let's go see them.
Exactly.
So it kind of had like what you were talking about had the a different effect on me, which is the one you were hoping for.
That's exactly what I want. Yeah.
Right.
And and again, like they go out and they support these comics that are like big on the show, which is great. Like I'm not saying don't go see those guys, but also go find the guys in your city that can't get on there.
Exactly.
And then also don't like stuff like the new the things like, why don't you try and get on Kill Tony? I'm like, because I can't hang out in Austin every Monday
with 300 other people.
With 300 other people trying to get like pulled out of a bucket. Like it's like
and
you could just watch my stuff and
Right.
tell people about it. Like it's in the same rectangle.
Yeah.
Like it's all there.
And I'm sure a lot of exactly. And I'm sure a lot of people stop at Kill Tony, which sucks. You know what I mean? Oh, this is the pinnacle, or this is as good as it gets. It's like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah. No,
Well, it's even like, you're kind of sort of hitting numbers that are similar to a person that got a spot on Kill Tony with like getting 3-4 million views on a short is
and that's
right
great.
there.
And again, my YouTube channel is like it's so close to hitting. I just want that 100K so bad.
We'll push you over the edge with our big following.
Yeah.
They'll come out and support you.
I need to like really make that like a big push. That I like actually be like, oh guys, all right, I'm 5,000 away. I got all these people. Like, just go over to YouTube and get me to the 100,000. I need that. Because I've been like knocking on that door for a while. Like I had a huge bump on YouTube when they first started doing shorts, like their answer to TikTok and Reels.
Right.
And so like I got like a couple of my videos got like 100 or not 100, but like 15 million, 10 million, like a lot of views. And so like I was able to get like up to 70,000. And then last year I was just cranking stuff out on they did like a vertical live stream where I just like play my specials in like a vertical cut on there, and I added like another 20,000 there. So
yes.
So we're close.
At Bill Squire on YouTube, baby.
Yeah, so. All right, we got to get going.
Yeah, we got to get going.
Yes. Thank you so much for stopping by, hanging out.
Friend of the
It was
show,
a
Bill
pleasure.
Squire.
Thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun. This is a good hang.
Thank you.
Yeah, good hang. Thank you.
Table over here, the podcast table. Any one of the guys.
Flags.
Flags. That's hilarious. Little inside baseball for all of us, but very funny. Let's see if they actually write his joke. He told a joke on the podcast about flags, and I'm gonna see how close they get to what he wrote. All right, and then the last one, I actually.